Kahala Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and peace salutation to the outcome doing his work in truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth. All right, we're gonna do this lesson. Okay, going into current events. All right, and a crazy situation that happened, today, early in the morning for us, but shit, I think midday, you know, over there in Asia, man. Okay, in Myanmar and in Thailand, okay, you had these massive earthquakes, all right, magnitude 7.7, okay, and some shit got shook up, all right, and some people, laid it down, man, all right, and you see people in the Western world, they don't give a damn, all right, unless it's them, unless that calamity is happening to them, okay, but the Most High, all right, is preserving, America, all right, for those later disasters, man, for those huge disasters, you know, for them earthquakes that we got coming, you know, over in the West Coast, you got one of the biggest fault lines in the world, you know, all that stuff is gonna get active, you know, in that time of destruction, man. Okay, because hey, the scriptures say this is the virgin daughter of Babylon, man. You know, so the Most High is preserving this place for that ultimate destruction, man. A lot of you people think that God is blessing America and God is putting a hedge of protection over America. Okay, and to a certain extent, that's true. All right, that's why the Most High gave this devil, this nuclear arsenal, man. All right, so these other nations won't mess with America. You know, before the time of prophecy is to come. Okay, and then the Most High is gonna let these heathens, all right, let let completely loose on this place. All right, that's why the scriptures go into, them heathen beating their agriculture tools into weapons, man. All right, the Most High is gathering the heathen, all right, and proclaiming, war to the Gentiles, man. Okay, but you see, I seen some spiritual, the number that went up now, but when I first seen it, that's what the article said. It said at least 144 dead after earthquake strikes Myanmar, a country in crisis, man. Okay, so you had 144 deaths, in one period of time being reported, you know, and that's spiritual, man. You know, that remind me of that scripture that go into, them being born in vain, man. You know, because 144,000 are gonna have life. All right, even if they do die, even if they are put to death, they have the life because they have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, man. All right, and they following after Yahweh Shah. Okay, so we was given life to getting this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. All right, but the rest of you people, you were born in vain, man. All right, born without meaning. Okay, especially a lot of you heathen, man. You heathen, you just live life as pretty much as damn wild animals, man. Your entire life, you live your life without any purpose. All right, not following the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, your ass is just you just out there, man. Just out there operating, feeding the flesh. The same thing our people do over here, man. These two-thirds, they just worried about the next game. All right, the next family get together, okay, or their next TV show, man. All right, born in vain. Okay, and at first, when I first seen the report, it said that they thought that 100,000 was gonna die. You know, which that's hey, that's prophecy, man. You know, because it's gonna come times where that's what's gonna be happening in these cataclysms, man, and these natural disasters. You're gonna see 100,000 taken off the table, wiped off the board, 300,000 wiped off the board in one day. Okay, because you had that over there in Turkey, man. You had a lot of people laid it down in them Turkey earthquakes, man, to the tune of hundreds of thousands, man. And you don't hear Americans talking about that, or these Babylonians talking about that, man. They just going on carelessly living about their lives, man. And who knows, man? After they go through all that rubble and shit, that's when the bodies start popping up. You know, that's when you start seeing, oh, it's an infant here, it's an infant there, it's a toddler here, and it's a toddler there. You know, when you go through that rubbish, when you see through the rubble, man, you got a whole building, completely collapsed. Water from the pools on the roof, water swaying into the streets, man. So how much was the Most High shaking the earth, you know, for the damn pools on the top of the high rises to be dropping water, man? That's fucking crazy. That mean them buildings was swaying like hell, man. And you a damn fool if you inside any of those buildings. Still, after that shit happened, man, that infrastructure is all fucked up. This Amos chapter 3 and verse 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh hath not done it, man? Okay, so whenever there's evil in the city, or judgment takes place in the city, oh man, I had passed by Jake with a Edomite looking woman, but more likely she a nigga woman. She going crazy on his ass. You gotta get the hell out of here, man. The scripture says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh has not done it?" Okay, so all this evil that happened in the city, you got a shootout in the city. You got fucking 60 Jakes get shot at a damn club, a nightclub. That's all judgment from the Most High power, man. Okay, some is executed speedily, as the scriptures say, and some judgments are prolonged. All right, and that's why when they prolong, the Most High put that exclamation mark on that shit, man. Have your ass go out in a blaze of glory, how they call it. This is Mark chapter 13 and verse 8. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And that's what you're seeing right now, man. Nation against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. All right? That's what you got, division throughout the whole planet Earth right now. All right? Which was prophesied to happen. Okay? So this is nothing but prophecies, all right, being manifested, man. And even a common man, all right, an unlearned person would agree with that at this point. Damn, yeah, the world is divided, you know what I'm saying? Da, da, da. America doing this, America getting out of trying to get out of the EU and NATO. Okay, so people can see that, man. And there shall be earthquakes in divers places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows, man. So these are the beginning of sorrows, man. This is a sign of Yahweh, all right, eventually sending his son, Yahweh Shah, man, to execute judgment, all right. and to render salvation, all right, unto that 144,000 and the one third, man. Okay, that is what it's telling. That is what the Most High is telling us when He has these devastating situations happening all throughout the planet Earth, man. The scriptures say earthquakes in diverse places, and that's what you're seeing. You're seeing earthquakes in Turkey, all right, in Asia, America. We get like a little shakes here and there, okay, but that's what you got going on, man. Tsunamis and shit, you know. But the people that were appointed to be the watchers, they gonna see these things, man, and they gonna shout, they gonna do a lesson, all right, and they gonna tell the people, hey, look over there, look what's going on. This is a warning from the Most High Power, you know. But the idiots, all right, the dumb, deaf, and blind, they gonna look at this whole thing and just move on to the next, man. Go and check they stock portfolio. Go check the ESPN out, you know. But that's all I had. I pray that this lesson was edifying and shalom.